All right, enough about safe spaces. We're getting into the danger zone. I apologize for that. That was terrible, but
no,
it's going to be Hanamura, right?
You can be
eUnited versus Cyclowns. And they're going to be looking for opportunities. They can find it. Good fire grenade onto sharyk, going to be keeping him nice and chipper, nice and healthy. Initiation coming in. Krytox in a bit of trouble there, falling very weak. Bit of a misplay there. Didn't have a swift strike off cooldown. Going to get caught into this corridor. Right now, the kill's just flowing for eUnited.
It's pretty dangerous play going on there from Cyclowns. You want to take it slow here at the start. You want to push away sharyk. Basically, you want to go through the doors, put some spam onto him, and force sharyk to jump back. And that way, you can get some free ground.
Where's the free cam? Where's the free cam?
Well,
want to be following.
There's no way, man.
Didn't hit anyone.
This is not CSGO.
No, this isn't Call of Duty. There's no set nades. Except a couple.
Throwing knives.
But I like what we saw actually sharyk do. Actually, he's been hitting a lot of his leaps. Obviously, Winston, you have a jump mechanic, right? But you have a lot of damage you could potentially put out, and that's a part of your big damage output is hitting your jumps. And he's been spot on for the majority of the series.
Yeah, he's a very, I'd say it's a very passive Winston compared to a lot of others. He's a very disciplined. Let's put it disciplined because he's been to Korea, right? He's a very disciplined Korean Winston main now. That means that he has to sleep up a lot for good engagements, and he's getting good rewards for his passive Winston play.
Oh, vallutaja went for an attempt there in the back lines. He's going to get brought down by Pox. Now the nano boost is used on Kruise, but he's wondering what to do with it. Pops off the Dragon Blade. Can he find the kills? Bunch of grouped up enemies. It's going to be a good bio. Oh my goodness, that's destroying all the healing right now. Good shields though, keeping Mr. Pox alive. They are finding the kills off the back of this.
Oh, I don't know about that, man. Cyclowns is probably going to start capping here, but that was pretty bad engagement, I'd say, from eUnited right there.
Yeah.
I mean, Kruise, he got the nano boost, and he's like, all right, what am I supposed to do with this? He didn't tell this was coming, and then he saw him stagger the blade out.
I think because he was nano boosted, he wanted to use the blade, to get that nano blade going. But I think he could have easily saved the blade, wait out the Transcendence, and then go. The nano boost in this case was the bad ultimate in play,
Right.
So there's no need to just put out your blade for the sake of nano blading.
Bit of a wasted goal by iuKeEe there, but right now, look at that kill before the heals come in from Boombox. Krytox finds one, finds two. It will be the self-destruct that finally brings him down. Davin following up as well with the rest of his team. That was a tactical visor used by destro as well in the back lines, but this will be the point that's currently going to Cyclowns. Only a few more players left onto the point. Morte wants to try and contest it as long as he possibly can, just buying some time for his team. But Cyclowns will be the winners of this first checkpoint.
Yeah, and you have to say that was a pretty good first point defense coming out of eUnited. It's very rare that you hold the first point for more than 1.5, 2 minutes, I'd say. Yeah. So they did good there.
Well, was that them doing good, or Cyclowns just not attacking correctly?
Yeah, Cyclowns did pretty bad. Let's just put it out there, Jason. I mean,
let's just be blunt, right?
No, but I think they should have pushed away sharyk. I think they should have taken it more patient, pushed away sharyk, gained some position, and then do the dives. But they just went into either side, left or right, and they just let sharyk be there do damage.
Ooh, I heard the stick noise, but didn't quite find the kill. I mean, the shield's getting in the way of it, but right now the attempt being made by Cyclowns. Morte with the kill onto destro, following up as well. sharyk picking up a player or two. Davin might be in a bit of trouble, or is it sharyk?
Yeah, and when you get picked off that early on the side of Cyclowns, you sort of just have to go back. There's no way you're capping this point as 5, so...
I mean, I remember watching some scrims between you guys and eUnited on this map in particular, and eUnited have a very strong actual second point defense, and I wonder if it's only just gotten stronger beating Korea.
Yeah, possibly. I think that we sort of know how eUnited plays their second point defense, so I'm not going to lay it all out there,
That's good. It's all right.
I'm going to save it for now. But yeah, they're definitely one of the stronger teams on 2CP, I'd say, here in Europe.
Well, the initiation coming in slowly but surely. Searching for an opening. Davin just holding on to the pulse bomb. Kill's going to be exchanged here. Both Genji players going to be falling for either side. Pulse bomb available. Davin does not want to pop it off into that defense matrix though. Get it gobbled up by the enemy diva. Still, Tranquility going to be used by both these teams. Slightly better one at that by Morte. They'll be using it a little bit later. And vallutaja with the assist, finding a few picks.
I love we're seeing uNFixed babysit over onto Boombox there too, because you saw him kept the defense switch the entire time, waiting for that pulse bomb to come out because of the way that Davin was actually playing with this tracer. He was giving it away that he had it up and he wanted to land it, so he just keeps it on him, keeps him alive.
Like another hen, defending his nest.
And it's good play from uNFixed, right? Because you're playing Ana Sen, so you have two really impactful supports. that can't do much on their own. But when you have uNFixed there, peeling, supporting them, you get a lot of value out of your supports. So they're playing really well here.
Dragon Blade by Krytox, used into the back, but the Power Grenade is going to be putting in tons of work. Kruise is going to be finding that one. Nanabu's going to be used on Kruise as well. Has the Dragon Blade, not opting to use it, just wants to go for the sheer shuriken prowess as he's just finding the kills with the help of his team. The D-Mech comes out from Destro as well, and he's going to get staggered to hell and back. Look at that. See you, lads. See you later.
And we saw that patience come out from Kruise now. He held on to the blade despite being nano-boosted. I think Boombox, once again, maybe a bit too trigger happy with his boost, I'd say. I think that was a pretty secured fight.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what? We've seen a couple of iffy transcendi, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of iffy nanos now. But also keep in mind, we're seeing Morte the one on Zenyatta, and Boombox is the one who flexed over to Ana. So that kind of shows they definitely don't want to play Lucio in this situation.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty weird. Boombox is a really strong Zenyatta, so I guess this is Morte saying he's more comfortable onto the Zenyatta. That's why Morte wants to play it. But otherwise,
I mean, that's what's interesting, though, is that Morte's never played a hero. From what I can remember, playing Mercy back in the day and playing Lucio pretty much since then, that required like a heavy amount of aim. And well, Zen, in a situation being dove on, you need decent aim.
Well, he played a lot of Zen back in beta, I'd say. It was Mercy and Zenyatta back then, right? He wasn't a Lucio main.
He wasn't Lucio main?
Beta.
I do remember him playing. I remember eUnited at the time being one of the few teams that tried to play Zen before.
Oh, Kruise played Lucio. Kruise played Lucio.
Yeah.
So Morte played the Zenyatta. Okay. He was always off flanking, doing weird shit.
Attempts being made by Cyclowns. They've got ults to pop off, but for now just holding on to them. Finding a kill here and there, but not really getting maximum value of what they're wanting. Still playing this quite slowly, patiently, just waiting for the right opportunity. Krytox is trying to find the D-Mech. Again, still doesn't have it. He's going to bring down uNFixed's mech in the end. But at this point, this push is really odd, to say the least. They're using a lot of ultimates, but they're not committing.
Yeah, they're playing very slow right now. And I don't think you can play this slow when you're up against an Ana Zenyatta.
Okay, seeing the blade come out that late, does that just tell me that Kruise isn't telling Boombox, okay, ult me? It's more Boombox saying, okay, go? Because the way it works, obviously, is when you're nano, you're wasting nano time while having to pull out your sword.
I mean, it depends on your Ana, right? Like, some Anas are really vocal. I mean, if you watch it like Lunatic High, Lijang is probably the one deciding when do we blade, not a blade, or when do we not. But I can see Kruise being a very vocal player, being like, hey, Boombox, not on me, not on me, not on me. Let's go.
But he gets the nano like a second before he actually gets the blade. That's what confuses me, is that I would assume Kruise would say, okay, nano me, but he would have already started the blade animation to save time to get more.
Well, I think the nano boost is longer than the blade, right? So there's some room to work with there. I don't think you have to blade immediately to get full usage of it.
15 seconds on the clock, counting down. Cyclones need to get at least onto the point, touching it up. They're going to be using Nano Boost. It's going to be the Nano Visor on Krytox, searching for the opportunity, but look at that immediate answer coming out from eUnited. uNFixed is right up in his face with the defense matrix, causing all sorts of harm. They're using the South Destruct as well to just divide and conquer them across the point. Davin ends up falling. Only 3 members left alive, 4 Cyclones, and look at that, kill feeder blue. It will be the overtime ticking down. And eUnited with a successful hold on the second defense.
Also means they don't have to get much progress on the second point too, if I'm not mistaken.
Only 1 tick.
Yep.
I believe. We'll see in a moment.
That's gonna be really dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically forcing you to play. I mean, you could talk to us about this reinforce, forcing you to play around the point because you have to defend a third of the tick versus playing with 0% that you have to defend, or the 100%. Obviously, it makes you play differently.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it makes you play a bit different. I wouldn't say on 2CP like Hanamura, you're so close to the point anyway. So you have your roles. You have someone that automatically goes on the point whenever someone comes in, right?
Okay.
Like usually you have your Lucio basically just stand on the point whenever the enemy team starts capping. But you need to be more alert and make sure you get back to the point in time to contest whenever your Lucio dies, right? So you just need to be a bit more alert. On this map specifically, I don't think that it changes much in terms of your tactical play on the defensive side. If you have to defend that 1 tick, you just have to be a bit more rapid and be ready to go at all times. I think though a map like Volskaya, it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
If you're gonna hold that 1 tick, especially like first point.
Volskaya is not in the map pool, so don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, woo!
Don't need to worry about that one for now.
I don't know. Can I sit? I don't think I can sit in this couch and like critique maps and stuff. You know.
I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I wouldn't recommend it.
I'm not that kind of person. I like, woo, all maps are funny. Does it sound genuine? Am I
Well,
doing a good
have
job
you
here?
seen the new map that's
I
coming
believe
out,
you.
the lunar map?
Oh yeah, I was
like
on it.
even like the gravity changes.
Yeah, I was on it yesterday. Well, the gravity changes on like very small like part of the map. It's
I haven't
like,
seen it yet, so I don't know.
well, it's basically you go outside of like you go for the biggest flank ever, and you go outside the map, and you're like, oh, there's low gravity here.
All right. Well, I mean, at least
There's
it
like a
shows that
75 health pack.
I mean,
Like,
they're
whoa.
experimenting with different ideas, right? The jump packs on Oasis, so we lower gravity on the lunar map.
Yeah, but you can't really. It's too far away from the point. It doesn't
Okay.
really matter. It's just a fun thing.
Okay.
Fun little thing thrown
But
in
it's
there.
a pretty weird 2CP map. Looking forward to seeing it in competitive play.
I like 2CP actually.
Don't look
I mean,
at me. Don't look at me, Reinforced.
We see good adaptations though. I mean, with the whole Sombra player on 2CP. Not obviously here on this map, but like Temple of Anubis, we've seen a ton of Sombra, even Volskaya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even gonna see it here now, as I mentioned,
Well,
uNFixed switching it.
I don't know. I've seen some teams pull it out, including Rogue, some Korean teams, but I'm not a big fan.
Oh, uNFixed in a bit of trouble. Has to get the heals. Team is quite grouped up on the side of eUnited.
Oh, I see. They're pulling out the Sombra because Cyclowns is playing free tank. And
Oh,
because
wow.
Cyclowns is such a passive composition, they can't really counter the Sombra, and they can just let Sombra... United can just let the Sombra build up her ultimate, take a good fight, and the tanks of Cyclowns can't really do anything about it.
Look at that. Hacking up the Diva. No defense matrix today, laddie. You have to scour behind the bell. And the kills rolling in so far for Cyclowns, but at this point, uNFixed has already got his EMP, so the next push they want to use, most likely going to be almost a one fight, essentially. The EMP is incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Especially the way they're grouped up.
Yeah.
And because United is playing this... yeah, it's free DPS. Yeah, it's free DPS. Because they're playing this faster comp, they can dictate the pace of the game.
Right.
And they can decide which fights to take. So they can basically go into the point, and they can take all this spam from the free tanks, but because they're playing free tanks on the side of Cyclones, it's not like burst damage. It's very slow damage coming in, right?
Yeah,
so
there
you
you
can
go.
easily get out, pick up a health pack, build some Sombra charge.
Looking for me?
Please
So
hack
United
that.
is
Please
really
hack that
abusing
before
the
you go in.
fact.
Please
Sorry?
hack that before you, that mini. I want to see him hack that before he goes, since they have nowhere to retreat to pick up any extra HP.
Are they just trying to bait out the ults there? Was eUnited? Boombox ended up using his tranquility to lead this in. Kill's going to be moving all over the place still. EMP finally going to get popped off into the midst of the enemy team, but is it going to be enough? eUnited are finding a pick here and there. Cruise finally going to be bringing down Davin as well. It was the sound barrier used by Cyclowns to try and prolong the end of this fight out, seeing if they can hold on to this first checkpoint, but the Primal Rage being used by iuKeEe here, just running down Boombox in the end, but is he even going to get this kill?
uNFixed gets it. So the start's on point though. It's gonna at least force Cruise away from this one as his blade was popped. But the point will be captured here momentarily. Now it comes down to the final defense for Cyclowns. Remember, they still have the potential to put NIP, I believe, in last. If they can pick up this map or the next, they'll put themselves up to 4. And NIP are at 3. And very important stuff for them. And Cruise is actually going to be switching here momentarily too, waiting over by the spawn doors. Was going for a Reinhardt for a second, but switching over to the Roadhog. I think you mentioned this earlier. We might see Cruise playing Roadhog.
We've both got a little bit excited there.
It's nice on these 2CP maps because you can basically play a slow pickup game, and you can just try to look for hooks. And when you have a man advantage, it's so much easier to get cap onto that point.
Wow,
So we're just
Boombox.
going to see United here playing a bit slow, poke game, see if Cruise can get a pick or two, and then they're just going to get on the point and fight with a man advantage.
He's baited out of shields. There's no defense matrix to eat up this pulse bomb as well. Opportunities for vallutaja if he wants to use it. Reclaiming a kill onto iuKeEe is going to get evened up. This Morte is going to fall. Still going to start to play this point a little bit. Shields again getting baited out there. Just the sharyk just popping off onto the point. It's going to be a graviton surge. I don't think it connected onto anyone there. Tranquility now going to be used by Boombox to try and lead in these kills. Already a lot of cap time and a lot of kills moving in for them. iuKeEe's going to be jumping onto the point to try and just prolong as long as he possibly can, but they only need a single tick on eUnited. The kills are thoroughly going in their favor right now. Morte's still hanging on to that sound barrier, doesn't need to use it. The contestation into the final moments. As I say that, they're moving in. The nano boost was used there onto Davin, but didn't quite work out as they were hoping. And hopefully with that one final kill, Fox makes an attempt onto the point. Finally, cap time's going to start running down.
Like
This stall is
one by
incredible.
one into their own death. And eventually this is going to have to be United's map. I don't see anyone getting any ults up anytime soon. The pickup kills they need.
Cyclones is getting really good spawns here. This is not intentional, by the way. They're just running out like the fast they can, but they're getting really good spawns here. And they're just lucky to always get to the point.
Unreal gameplay coming out here.
iuKeEe can stall now. He's got his ultimate.
This should be beautiful, but yeah, iuKeEe has his ult. He needs to pop it off though.
But they need to get rid of uNFixed here. I mean, he pretty much has to leave the point just to contest uNFixed and get him off. Otherwise, there's no way that Cyclones is going to ever.
The point!
defend this. Yep.
I want to say he got booped, but it's still very likely he kind of just jumped off there.
No, he did. He
Cloud9.
He
Now you have to be like,
Exactly.
oh yeah, reinforce. Oh, Amazing player.
All right, so we're going on to round 66 again. eUnited going to be on the attack. Currently 3 points for themselves with 3 map wins.
Yeah.
Put himself relatively close now to where Rogue is. Obviously, they did lose against Rogue in that series, so won't put them ahead of them unless they obviously do have the 1 map lead, which I don't think can happen yet. And Rogue still has another match to play today. They'll be taking on Cyclowns just after this.
Krytox in a bit of trouble. He's 61 health.
Yeah.
Back over in the corner.
I think eUnited is going to swap something here.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that they're not going to run this comp into Cyclowns. Because Cyclone has so much survivability here. It's very hard to get something
what would you like to see?
Here. Oh, but here we go.
Hold that fort as the team dives into the back lines. Krytox is looking for the opportunity. His team's definitely there to help him out as well. That's going to be a 2K picked up for them. Finding the picks. And this defense is looking pretty strong so far. The attacking side of eUnited.
Oh,
Definitely putting in work.
vallutaja. A little nutty pulse bomb there, but no, the kills will be falling for Cyclowns.
They hold strong. I want to see United try to get some more poke in before they go. Because obviously Cyclowns is playing with Diana. It's very hard to dive Diana.
They need to punish
get
Cruise,
value
yeah.
off. And also Cyclowns got a diva, so it's hard to get a proper free DPS dive here for the side of United.
Maybe you want to see the Roadhog picked up here, help deal with the diva, help deal with anyone getting a little bit
Well,
too
it's really hard, especially if you're going up against Davin, because Davin just kills Roadhog so fast. Tracer is a pretty good counter, man. They're actually picking up a few kills here.
Davin's working the back lines as well as he possibly can. 6 HP, picks up the half pack, couldn't quite find the kill. He claims the second one. Morte not standing a chance. He's going to get ran down in the end. 10 HP now on the man, and Cruise is finally going to be giving him the beat down, taking him to the back of the respawn queue.
Oh, they're still going for this. They're still going to contest.
Okay.
They have the nano blade onto Krytox, who's finally able to pick up a kill on a Valu.
Oh boy.
Actually, might have been the Phantom blade comes in. He doesn't get the kill on uNFixed. Comes it big though, picking up the kill onto him.
Oh
my goodness. Some Phantom slash right there, man.
Just narrowly avoided that blade. Still, sound barrier committed by Cyclowns, still looking to defend this. Smart play, smart call as well, looking to defend that with the ultimates on board. eUnited, though, they do have a few on the board. Boombox, very close, pops up to Tranquility, fell incredibly low. He's going to heal up the rest of his team with the help of it. uNFixed with the attack visor as well. He's going to be finding a pick or two. Post bomb, Kobe doesn't quite connect onto the target he was looking for, but
if you dash and you throw the pulse bomb like ahead of him, and can the pulse bomb stick onto him while he's dashing, like across your screen?
I'd assume so.
I mean, dash works just like you're in 2 places at once, right?
Yeah, I mean, you obviously can't hit the middle of a recall.
Your body exists the entire dash, right?
Yeah.
So you can be stuck while you're dashing.
I mean, it's basically like a Rhino charge, but very much faster.
Very much faster.
Much faster. Wow. Please hire me. Good English.
Well, either way, it looks like eUnited with that win off that last push, they're going to be looking to hold them inside their choke points here, trying to keep them locked in towards spot. You can see Cruise here trying to watch towards the caverns, where he has his Genji counterpart to deal with your Krytox, not taking the battle towards the high ground.
And this is what I spoke about earlier, that eUnited is famous for putting on so much pressure. They're just standing in these chokes, laying out the damage. But it looked like eUnited got low themselves, so they were forced to back off, and that made Davin get a pick up the vallutaja. And now Cyclowns has a lot of room to set up a proper fight here.
Initiation coming in. Pox tries to go for the bio grenade, gets ate up by the defense matrix, I believe. No, they don't even have a diva. Where did that go? Straight into the depths of that. I think it actually might have fell into the crack in between the bridge, but that is very unfortunate if it did. eUnited still looking for the opportunities, and they're definitely finding them. Destro and Davin going to be falling here. Ultimates across the board. uNFixed has his attack visor. Cruise with a Dragon Blade. Both support ults. It's looking good if you're an eUnited fan.
I'm looking towards Crusade, though. This man needs to get his sound barrier up quickly if they want to have a chance to contest this point, because with the blade coming up for Cruise, with the visor for uNFixed almost ready to go, I don't really see them having the support ultimates they need to defend through this, unless somehow Krytox can go big.
Most importantly, I don't think that Cyclowns has enough offensive ultimates to deal with the fact that United has both support ultimates. They're going to pop the Nano Blade into the Transcendence, and now they got another sound barrier coming out from Morte. And it's going to be so hard to break this United side for Cyclowns.
Just a slurry of ultimates being sent all over the place as eUnited are trying to battle back control of this card. Cyclowns going to be using the sound barrier, but only connects onto 4 of them right now. There's still iuKeEe only just respawning. He is going to have that Primal Rage if he wanted to contest it, if they can contest it. If Cyclowns want to buy even more time for them. Tactical visor by uNFixed, leading it in. Cart's being pushed down. Do they want to contest this? They're trying to back off. iuKeEe looking like he might want to make a play.
He shouldn't pop his ultimate here, unless there are 3 guys right here, but I don't think they have enough. Yeah. They don't have the room to work with here. iuKeEe popped his ultimate, but I do think it's a waste. And just as I'd say that, cast the curse or some shit, Krytox gets fixed on Cruise.
Still, it's not over just yet. As eUnited still hanging on for dear life.
They're doing a good job here.
Cyclowns are doing a good job.
This is very surprising, actually, I'd say. Because eUnited, they have so good positioning, right? And they have Boombox alive with the Discord Orb. I mean, realistically, iuKeEe with the Winston ultimate should just be able to, like, melt because by the fact that he's Discord Orb. And we finally see eUnited pick up the point here. But when you have so good positioning and the Cyclones are forced to go out that very small choke from the spawn, I don't see them, like, retaking that point ever. But they bought themselves some good time there with the Winston ultimate regardless.
Yeah, maybe eUnited were just being a little bit stubborn, wanting to look towards the future instead of looking towards this moment of what ults can we hold on to or can we afford to hold on to, but they still committed quite a bit, but they have them back up and ready to go here, even more at 90% on his sound barrier.
Almost with 6 ults.
Yeah, this is, I mean, to be fair, we've seen a lot of teams with 6 ults still somehow mess it up, just like every game I have in ranked.
Yeah, but they shouldn't pop it all here, because they have 2 fights on this point in order to cap it. They should realistically only pop 1 support ultimate and 1 offensive ultimate and try to save 4 ultimates for the final fight here.
Okay, moving in. Dragon Blade used. Kruise slicing and dicing, trying to find the opposition, but his team is there to clean up for him. They're finding the kills thoroughly. Cyclowns, only a few members of the team left alive, trying to contest that point up. They did lose Boombox, they did lose uNFixed, but again, still, 5 ultimates now to work with.
Yeah, and what's interesting is, it goes to the point you were just mentioning, Reinforced, that Boombox died because he didn't want his pop as Transcends. Maybe we're looking forward to the future again of having a second fight. He knows he can die because they won the fight already. He can just respawn back in, now have Transcendence here for any sort of ultimate coming their way with. Nanos.
Yep. Oh my god. Very smart from Boombox. Very disciplined, saving that ultimates for this fight specifically. And it seems rather easy for eUnited now as they get a lot of picks going here, and they're going to push the payload to victory, I'd say.
Well, sharyk has got his Prime Rage just to knock them back, keep him locked in towards spawn as long as he can. But he can't do it while he's sleeping, but at least he's keeping Pox away from this one. Not to mention that second man there going to be Krytox trying to come back through. Has his blade in just a few seconds. He's going to get out. And now Davin's going to go down as sharyk is just swinging away, trying to keep him off the point, trying to do as much damage as he possibly can. iuKeEe is even responding with one of his own. And the payload's still being contested for now. It should be just a few seconds. With only 40 seconds left to go for eUnited, they need to close out these kills. They need to secure them one by one. And doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, certainly trying their hardest, but ultimately didn't really work out for them. Kruise just gives up on life on the spot, stood still. And final few seconds, 25 seconds remaining here for eUnited to try and get a last-ditch push.
They have no ultimates. They might get a blade up for Kruise here, but that's all. It's very rough here for eUnited to try to retake.
Oh, that's a bit unusual for Davin to try and miss one of those, but doesn't quite get the post bomb off. Rotating around now, only about 7 seconds remaining on the clock right now. They need to find their way onto the point. eUnited going to be initiating in now. sharyk wants to try and play the point a little bit. Great bio grenade coming out from Cyclowns. Just trying to deny them to the best of their abilities. Kruise gets absolutely played with. And my goodness, that'll be that. eUnited couldn't quite close it out.
Yeah, it is one of the harder points in the game to finish out. So I don't want to say it's expected of Cyclone to put on that good of a defense, but you know.
That's okay, Reinforce. Yeah. That's okay. Don't worry. You don't have to say anything. We don't expect anything of you.
Well, I am a player, you know.
Just a pretty face.
At least I'm a good player.
Don't, you know.
You know? I mean, I could be like you and not good at anything.
That's very true, actually.
Oh, God.
I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best.
Were you the highest rated tank player in the league or in the season at one point last season?
Well, I was at one point, yeah.
You're like
I was top 20.
I
was top 20 in Europe, and
really
I was the
high,
highest rated tank main.
And you actually played tank.
And then I D-ranked, 300 rating. I went out of top 500, and I was a nobody.
Hey, you could be too easy to drop to Masters.
Well, it's not my fault. He's bad.
Did he? So was that decay or did he just drop?
No, he just. I believe when I saw the tweet correctly, he dropped to like 3,900 right before the season ended, and he got Masters.
Well, he played like drunk on stream or some shit. Like what?
Just 2 easy things.
Yep. Yeah, so there were some good Twitch clips coming out of that good drunk stream, and it was not his rating going down.
Righty-o. Cyclowns. One last map. It's the final map in their series against eUnited here. They want a chance to derail NiP away from that 3rd seed. They need to really pull up the bootstraps.
I mean, actually, if one of someone in production can tell me, because I can't remember off the top of my head, how many points do Cyclowns have right now? Because if they lose this map, there's always the potential that, like, that's it. Like, they're gone.
Yeah.
Because I think they picked up 1 map per IP.
It's sort of sad, because this isn't the Cyclones that we're used to seeing.
No.
the Musasa and Boombox Cyclowns was something different. So
Super
certainly
unfortunate.
rough for them here, TakeTV.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, Cyclowns were coming into this event. They had Boombox, which was who they're currently playing against on eUnited, and also Mazaza, their main tank. And unfortunately, they've had to replace both of them within weeks of the event. So they've thrown together this roster, and now they're giving it them all into the final moments. What the heck? Pox finding a kill onto Morte.
Channeling his inner Boombox.
I mean, well, as Uber was saying before, as just saying that Pox is actually their Genji player normally.
Yeah.
They went to support role just because they need to bring in Krytox to play the Genji, or they need to bring him in to have another man. And even iuKeEe on the team is actually their coach.
Yep.
He's not even like a main player for the team, but he's been doing, you know, I'd say a fairly decent job the entire time.
He's played a pretty good Winston, I'd say.
He's played only like a week of scrims.
Yep.
So it's impressive play coming out from him.
He's been the coach, right? So he knows
Yes,
how the
yeah.
team plays. He knows all the positions and all that. And he has been playing a lot of tank in the ranked, etc.
Yeah.
So he's not a new tank player by all
No.
means, but he's been doing a surprisingly good job, I'd say.
Oh, uNFixed has the EMP. Does he want to try and commit it off? We're relocating in, surely. There we go. Destro is going to bring him down.
That was surprising.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing to combo that EMP with at the moment, especially losing so many people. That's fairly quick take here on the Cyclowns on the attack. Remember how they actually defended on the first point,
Do you
and
keep
they actually
the,
come back.
I guess you keep the Sombra just because of the EMP, but is it comfortable to run a Sombra on this section, or are there enough health packs to hack?
I think you're comfortable running a Sombra if you're playing against 2 tanks or 3 tanks. But in this scenario, then Cyclones are running 3 DPS, and I don't think you want to play that Sombra at all.
Okay.
Because the game is so fast-paced now when you're up against 3 DPS that you don't really have the same impact, because you need the time to build up your ultimate, you need the time to poke, basically. And you just want to get that time when you're playing versus a fast 3 DPS comp.
Here we go. EMP popped off. It's going to be Kruise who just dives onto Box, brings him down in a flurry of speed and prowess. Davin also just trying to salvage it for his team to a degree, getting a kill or 2 along the way. Destro also just popping off a little bit in the back lines, not really getting focused down too much.
I was like, thank you very much, knocking me away to safety, I'll take that. Goes back in, looking for the kill against him, and he gets it, so Dasha goes down because his teammate actually helped Malu escape.
Wow.
Yeah, and we're going to see uNFixed immediately swap to the Soldier, and that's why I said I was kind of surprised that he didn't use it on the first point, because that's what I was, the thought I had in my head, that he's just going to use the EMP, swap to the Soldier, but instead he swapped to the Soldier here on the second point instead. Which he could have done earlier had he just used on the EMP.
I mean, it won him a fight though, did it?
Yeah, it did, but it's kind of risky. I mean, it's the same with Zarya or Reinhardt, you know, you can save your Graviton, you can save your Earth Shatter, and a lot of the times it's actually very risky. I mean, even if you got a Mercy Res, if you're playing for a Mercy, for example, you borrow it up on Icon, I think. Often it's not worth sticking with that character because you have your ultimate up, because it's very hard to get value off in most scenarios.
3.5 minutes here for Cyclones to push through. Definitely doable. Not too many ultimates across the board, only the attack visor from Destro here. Kruise has a Dragon Blade, Morte also has a support ult, so I guess Cyclones into this next fight. What would you like to see them do here? Reinforce? Is it time for an eco push to a degree, or just try and get the maximum value?
Well, it doesn't matter if they pop the visor, right? Because they're going to get the beat, the Sun Barrier from eUnited, right?
Yeah.
So you basically have to pull the visor, no matter the situation, knowing that you're going to get support ulted as a counter, right? So I think you do want to look for picks. You want to look for other ways to win a fight now, other than just getting a good visor off, because you're not going to get a good visor off.
It's just too many buildings. There's too much terrain to hide behind, as well if you're United on the defending side.
Well, that goes for anything, right? Even if Krytox in this scenario had a blade, right? I mean, the odds you're going to get a good blade off versus
vallutaja. I think that's the second one in this game that he's just gotten that double kill with the pulse bomb. Kruise just cleaning up with his little broom, and by broom I mean Dragon Blade. But
it's very sharp broom.
Very sharp broom.
Can we get a broom skin for Genji?
Just sweeping him away.
On it.
A mate skin.
I'd pay for that.
Can play some StarCraft or World of Warcraft, and I can get skins in return.
Everyone heal up.
Well, they have the pulse bomb on Davin. Looking for the opportunity. Davin's going to be claiming one for his own.
He's spicy.
Bio grenade gets popped off as well. Kill's going to be popped off all over the place right now. Still only about a minute 45 on the clock for Cyclowns to push this in so far. Trading equally, not using too many ults, but finding the kills with the help of iuKeEe, I believe, popping off his promo rage. Oh no, he's still holding on to it, in fact. So finding a lot of opportunities to play off, but one last fight for eUnited to try and hold them off here.
Yeah, I think they were stalling too. I mean, they were holding on to ultimates for
Yes.
yeah, we have another fight. We can get out the caves here with the help of the sound barrier, with the transcendence as well, just to make sure we stay alive.
No way.
Sorry.
Wow.
Is that about? Oh, that's Cruise.
Oh, did he hit headshots?
Wow.
What was that?
It was insane. It was like a shuriken into... Well, he didn't even Swift Strike. He just three shurikens to the face.
Three shurikens to the face, man. Oh, some top tier aiming.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That guy is a real ninja. Boombox, though, with his tranquility, holding on to it now, getting pressured quite a lot by Davin here. What if he's going to be popping it off? Indeed he does. It'll be Krytox using his own little dragon nano blade, seeing if he can find a kill or two, but the tranquility just keeping him nice and healthy on the side of eUnited. uNFixed is a kill. Swift Strike will finish him off. Krytox needs to just get his little tail out of there right now as he is getting chased down. 40 seconds on the clock for Cyclowns to try and get this repush on, and eUnited are showing signs of just holding on for now, I guess. I mean, sharyk on the back line is just contesting for as long as they can, but it's a sticky situation.
If I'm not mistaken, the change went through, right? With Genji, where you can jump off walls to slash quicker.
Yeah.
That's still in the game, right?
Yeah.
It never got... Okay, so I was curious, because I saw...
No,
Cruise,
no.
It did get
You can't,
turned off.
PTR
you can't do the leap dashes, you know?
No, the leap,
No,
with your ultimate, with your Dragon Blade. You run on the wall, you slash, you run on the wall, slash, it resets your attack.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay, I wonder if that's still in the game. Because if it is, then we saw Cruise try to go for that, try to use that high ground towards the sky. But
Right.
meantime, last fight breaking out here, Cyclowns have to take this one, or they'll be down 4-0 in this series and looking very grim for them to move on towards the next few days. And they're losing quite a few people, but not to mention eUnited have dropped out of quite a few as well. Looks like Destro's just trying to stay alive.
Ooh, last man standing. He does bring down Destro. The team is currently filing in eUnited, getting the defense off. Cyclowns with only a few players left alive. Crusade tries to go for the boop. Might actually bring down sharyk if he's lucky. If he does hit off his shots, they find the kill. iuKeEe moves in as well. But the overtime ticking down. iuKeEe going to be falling. It's just Krytox, one man against the world, and he's going to be brought down in a very rapid fashion. The heals are coming in on him. So strikes into the back. He's managed to buy the Dragon Blade, but doesn't quite connect it onto the cart. And that'll be that match complete.